So friends, Ubuntu, Mitakuye Oyasin, Patika Sammupada, Vahadat Al-Kaniyat Al-Hayya, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the unity of all living beings. The universe is a single family. Isn't it beautiful to look around us and see that the Earth family is gathering, each of us from our own homes, of origin or adoption or travel, connecting with each other across all parts of our home planet, with such diverse life paths, such different passions and talents, and yet a shared vision and collective intention, which we call jokingly to co-create home on Earth, which we know means to co-create an Earth civilization that is regenerative, inclusive, just, and joyful for all life. Friends, welcome to the Earth Agora 2021, which opens now.
Friends, co-creators, and family. Well, how do we greet each other in the times of Zoom? Maybe we could do an expression of a hug or a greeting, anything from everyone to everyone. So we are getting into movement. Namaste, Vinya. Beautiful to see you all. And a warm welcome to all of you. Actually, this was meant to happen at the fireside where I was sitting, but the line was so bad that I brought the fire up. I brought a dragon actually to fill us with fire. And indeed, we will have a fiery session ahead of us. And I want to also greet those who can't come because they are sick or have to attend to either their own COVID disease or that to others, and those who are with us in spirit. Everyone is part of this journey. And the theme today is living the Earth family in challenging times. And God, I mean, we have challenging, exhaustive, and difficult times, yet we are coming here together to put our minds, our energies, our hearts together to co-create home on Earth, to rebuild civilization, because that's the calling of our time. And in this session, in the next 90 minutes, we take you first through an evocative opening where our co-chairs, our esteemed co-chairs, Professor Jean Houston and Dr. Youssef Mahmoud are going to address us. We will, before that, hear our dear friend from Tibet, Loten Namling, with an evocative prayer to the earth. And after our co-chairs, we will have Enzo Ika from Congo, living as a refugee activist in Turkey, and is an incredible musician. And after that evocative opening, we are going on a journey. We're going on the journey from home to homes of humanity, all the way to Earth's home. And then we are going into sharing our visions, for which you have prepared your statement, to which we are looking much forward to. And in that spirit, the Agora is open. We're coming together as a family, as the Earth family, everyone, everything included. And I hand over to Loten to raise our spirit. Loten, please.
As Loten begins, what we invite you to do is just absorb this opening of this greeting and prayer to Mother Earth and all the elements, and get your candles. And as he sings, let us light our candles and feel how this light spreads across the entire Earth. Loten.
So I will start with this very, very ancient conch shell, and also I will end with the conch shell after 90 minutes. We use this in Tibet to invite, to evoke the gods and the spirits, the good spirits and the good gods. And so first I will blow this, and then I will recite or chant a very, very important chanting or message of Buddha, and it's called Changju Semjo Rinpoche Magebana Kyuji Kiba Nyamami Mebayang Kono Kondo Pebasho. So Buddha said that we all have the Buddha nature, irrespective of where we come from or who we are. So in order to evoke this Buddha nature, which is inside all of us, those who have it, may it grow, and those who do not, or whose Buddha nature has not grown, may it be sowed and grown and increase day by day. So first I will blow this conch shell to invite the good spirits. Maje Panama Kejoche Keba Namya Mevata Kone Peva Jo Chanjo Simjo Rimboche Maje Banama Kejoche Keba Nyama Mevaya Kone Kondo Peva Jo Chanjo Simjo Rimboche Maje Banama Kejoche Keba Nyama Mevaya Kondo Peva Jo Chanjo Simjo Rimboche Maja Panama Kejuche Geba Nyamba Mebaya Gona Kondo Pevara Sho Ma Benza Guru Pemasidi Oma Benza Guru Oma Benza Guru Pemasidi Om Daru Daru Turis Om Daru Daru Turis Om Daru Oma Daru Daru Turis Oma Benza Guru Pemasidi Oma Benza Guru Pemasidi Om Okay, thank you. And with this, with utmost sincerity, to help this world which is suffering now, not only human beings, but all sentient beings, I have recited this very important prayer by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Chanju Semjo Rinpoche, Majepan and Keju, Kebanyabaya, Kone Kone Pebisho.
Gratitude to you, Lotan. Lotan, you are a renowned musician, preserver of Tibetan culture, and a peace activist and freedom activist for Tibet. Thank you. And with that, Alexander, is it not just so fitting to turn to she, who has advised many luminous leaders and leaders to be across many decades, our beloved co-chair, Professor Dr. Jean Houston, Chancellor of Meridian University, Chair of the Palace Theatre, and the founder of Social Artistry. Jean, thank you. You've been on several meetings already this morning, though it's very early in Oregon. We turn to you for your invocation and blessing and words of wisdom.
Thank you so much, dear Rama. Thank you, everybody here. My goodness, it feels as if the world mind, the world spirit is taking a walk with itself today. Huh. Oh, friends, we seem to be in closing times, ending times, such as we have never known before in recorded history. Friends, how do we move out of a time of literal apocalypse at every level? Apocalypse into the agora, an inclusive planetary agora, an Earth agora, a world in which the citizens of Earth come together to shape the possible future that works for all life. You know, as I witnessed the horror of unprecedented tornadoes across states in the United States and try to support as many of the destitute victims as I can, I see people succumb in this era of pandemics to the temptations of extremism, nihilism, or trying to act as if business as usual is still the norm. Oh, friends, I know that now more than ever, it is imperative for us all to ask this question and to become the answer, to become the change that makes the change, as His Holiness the Dalai Lama says. Because however dark it seems now, a new time, an emerging renaissance is arising. And the Home for Humanity movement is a key part of this renaissance. Key part of this renaissance. And that is why for the last 10 years, I have encouraged and often helped in my own way, instigate the unfolding story of Home for Humanity in my very close association with Rama and Alexander. Now, since Home for Humanity's formal establishment as a nonprofit in January 2020 and as co-chair, I have observed a wonderful, wonderful thing, how rapidly its vision has spread on every continent and how deep, how wide its impact in just these 2 years. Oh, friends, I am so deeply gratified to witness firsthand the profound resonance that the Humanity Charter has had in multiple forums, change makers, world over, and above all, to see how the Home for Humanity's co-creators are actualizing this vision of creating an inclusive world civilization and their practice in their communities around the world. You know, often when you add something very special to something as it was, a whole new reality takes place. We know about H2O, hydrogen with 2 atoms. And you add the 2 atoms and what do you get? Wetness, water. Well, the same thing is true with the Home for Humanity being added to this time of such difficulties. What is going to emerge? What is going to emerge of which each one of you is such an important part of it? You see, such an important part. Oh, and that's why for the last 10 years, I've encouraged, helped instigate the unfolding story of Home for Humanity in my association with Rama and Alexander. And I've seen this vision expand. And I've seen the resonance that the Humanity Charter has had in multiple forums of change makers the world over, and above all, to see how Home for Humanity's co-creators are actualizing this vision of creating an inclusive world civilization, an inclusive world civilization, and their practice in their communities around the world. Remind your very wide understanding of the current state of humanity and our planet, I strongly, strongly believe in this report and the magnificent, magnificent strategic priorities, goals, and programs proposed for the period ahead. You add these and you have a different world because they are essential to support us in becoming possible humans, humans capable of creating the future Earth civilization. You know, modern physics says that time, past, present, future are simultaneous. If so, is it possible, could it be possible that we each are holding within our heart the flame of the future humans who are creating a new world? And oh, friends, it is arising beyond the horizon of even today's chronic calamities. So, dear friends, one and all over the world, I warmly welcome you all here, you agents of transformation from every corner of the world, from Sweden to Zimbabwe and Canada to Sri Lanka, to heed the message of the Home for Humanity that each individual, each home, each culture, just like H with two O's, is essential for the co-creation of our collective future on our beloved home planet. Share the vision, friends. Share the vision, become part of the practice, and help us together to author the new story of our humanity. For though it's ending times, it is profoundly beginning times for a new order of culture, of civilization, because we are participating in a new order of being human. I'd like to give you a 1-minute exercise. Remember, I talked about time. Well, time can be orchestrated in new ways. I'm going to give you 1 minute of clock time, equal to as much time as you want, equal to as long as all the time in the world, to literally together co-create the new Earth civilization. All right, closing your eyes, relaxing utterly, knowing you're at the beginning of something extraordinary. 1 minute of clock time equal to all the time you need. The deep mind rising in you to co-create an Earth civilization, and that 1 minute of clock time begins, equal to all time, begins now. I'll hold the time. And the 1 minute of clock time equal to all the time you need has come to its natural ending. And so much has happened within you, between you, and beyond you to begin the great work of making the difference, of becoming the change that makes the change. Thank you.
Dearest Jean, thank you for taking us in this space of imagination, in the space of the possible, like no other can do that. And thank you for being by our side for so long. Jean, from America, from Ashland, where Jean is at home, we are moving to our congenial co-chair of our Home for Humanity, to Tunisia, now homed in the US, originally from Tunisia, Dr. Youssef Mahmoud, former Undersecretary General of the United Nations, and a profound friend and visionary of a new form of leadership. Youssef, please.
Thank you, Alexander. It's always a difficult task to come after my dearest friend, Jean, but I'll do my best without being a cheap copy of the beautiful invocation that she just shared with us. As she alluded, and also Alexander alluded, we live in a time of existential threats. This has caused many common mortals in many corners of the world to invent differing and innovative ways to live before they die, treating death as the best change agent and the incubator of a new life on earth, a renaissance, rinascita, as my distinguished co-chair Jean Hostin often reminds us. Another way of saying this, perhaps less morbidly, is that we are in a rare moment in human history where we are witnessing firsthand the death of old ways of knowing, being, and doing, and the emergence of a new future. And that we should all unite to help co-define, co-create that future in a way that does not give a new lease on life to the familiar knowledge systems and ways of behaving that set us on a collision course with each other and with nature. This is easier said than done, as we often engage in present forward thinking to imagine a future that helps us ease the pressures of the world we inhabit today. And in so doing, we risk deferring responsibility for radical solutions to future generations. The Home for Humanity initiative and its human charter are designed to be an overarching transformative framework for collectively addressing these existential dilemmas and use them as an opportunity for meaningful change. The Agora that brought us together today is a safe co-learning space for future back thinking, where a thriving planet and peace are the entry points and the ultimate goal of our common endeavor. As a future ancestor and a budding Earth citizen, the humanity homemakers that are joining the call today have been a profound inspiration for me. I wish to express my gratitude for their tenacious, conscious leadership and for demonstrating that it is possible to create a regenerative future that leaves no living being behind. May they serve as an equally compelling inspiration for future humanity homemakers. Thank you.
Dear Yusuf, thank you for being our future ancestor, enabling us to live that future in the now, in the present. At this moment, it would be beautiful for us to burst into song, and who better to help us burst into song than our dear, dear friend, Enzo Ika, a remarkable transformative musician, a refugee activist who has himself been trapped as a refugee, just as Lotan is a refugee from Tibet. Enzo Ika is a refugee from the Democratic Republic of Congo, tortured and then fleeing into exile for his peace music. Enzo, you have composed a special song inspired by the Humanity Charter that Yusuf spoke of and by the Home for Humanity movement. Over to you, dear brother.
I have to mute. black, no yellow, no white, but human, yes. The unity for life is the source and sustenance of our humanity. The unity within us, between us, and with all form of life. The unity within us, between us, and with all forms of life. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's live together with our differences. Let's live together with our differences. Let's make home for humanity in our hearts. Hey. Let's live together with our differences. Let's live together with our differences. Let's make hope for humanity in our hearts. We live together as a community. The unity is a single family. Is the hours where the sacred home. Humanity united. Family, unity, creativity. Come. We invite you to join us. Let's be together with our differences. Let's live together with our differences. Let's make home in our heart. Whoa. Let's live together with our differences. Let's live together with our differences. Let's make home for humanity in our heart.
Yay.
Thank you.
Enzo, would you like to just add a couple of lines, just a word about why the song before Alexander turns us over to the next part of our program?
The song, why the song Unity? Because when I see the tree, for example, you see the tree, a tree has a lot of leaves, but all of them sharing same perfume. Why not you and I? I didn't choose my father, you didn't choose your father. I didn't choose my mother, you didn't choose your mother. I didn't choose my skin color. No one chose his skin color either. So why discrimination? Why xenophobia? Why war between us? So God creates only one world. So we are all of us, we are like a tree with many branches, with leaves. So our roots is God. So we all born same. So I ask you one question to one my song. I say, are we all equal but not the same? Or are we all the same but not equal?
Thank
So
you,
this is my
Enzo.
thank you.
That is so lovely. Thank you. And I think that's a fitting moment as we conclude this part to just hold up our candles and know that we are sharing many candles, but sharing in one light, the light of unity, the light of Ubuntu. And if you just hold them up, another star musician will be taking a little photographs if you'd be willing to just put on your videos if you can, so that we can just see the flames of your eyes, the flames of your candles all together around the earth. And Elif will share the websites of Enzo and the film Refugee Here I Am that they have made together. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so thank you for touching our heart. And Lotan and Yusuf and Jean and Enzo, thank you for opening our hearts, our minds, our spirits for this journey ahead. We want to move now from home to homes, to Earth's home. And we begin with home in the spirit of Enzo's evocation, let's make home for humanity in our hearts. It begins inside. And Rama and I want to share just a couple of words about the level of home on which we have been active in these last 2 years, or in particular in this year, because our integral home campus in France has really taken shape, has developed. We have done major investments in it, received, as you will later learn, also beautiful artistic expression to bring ever more spirit and an experiential understanding of what it means to build home on earth into this particular place, creating the campus of the future. And we worked with a group of students together to develop what we called a living curriculum, where young change makers interviewed many of you on this call, pioneers actually in their own right, who are shaping the new Earth civilization. And these young people interviewed you in your homes, home to home, and bringing your wisdom thereby not only into attractive videos, but into the world. And we want to thank you for that. This is a journey we are going to continue. And you will find many of the things that we are not mentioning today in too many words in our report. And I just want to say, this report, I would say, with the help of so many of you, is much more than a report. And quite frankly, we are not really interested in annual reports, but we call it a humanity compass. We want to create a document that is alive and it is an expression of where we are moving all together, a navigator for the future. And we really invite you not to listen to a long presentation now, but to read it by yourself, send your feedback and your input. It is a major milestone also for bringing the Earth's home story into the world. Rama, you want to build on this?
Absolutely. So we are seeing this living curriculum as something ongoing. As you know, the first 20, and since you mentioned the report of the many people whose input has gone into it, we want to particularly thank Kaisa, who's been working nonstop with us round the clock in the last days, but ever since June. And for the living curriculum, besides the extraordinary team of 7 students from St. Gallen, who had the inspiration of meeting so many pioneers around the world to prepare it, we had Josephine, who we call Feeney, from Berlin, who was weekly ensuring that it reached far and wide. So one thing which is remarkable, if you look at our report and you see that already despite COVID, we were able to reach through our interactions, our live on-site interactions that many of you were at, our online interactions, our summit meetings, our gatherings, the pre-agoras and the agoras, we were able to reach about 1,500 people in 2020, but already in 2022, because of the way in which each of you is such a pinnacle of a vortex, I should say, of change and transformation and inspiration, we were able to reach over 6,000 people to inspire them to be the change. And that's just one way. And another really remarkable thing we want to say right now about the report is that it has really shown the power of what we want to bring in, the culture of gifting. It's very much inspired by our partner, who you will hear very soon, Sekem, the founder of whom already had this vision for an economy of love. And here we call it the economy of gifting, the economy of reciprocity, which means that so many young people, and you'll meet many of our volunteer team members who are remarkable change makers in their own right from many countries around the world, have given so much of their time, our pioneers, our patrons, our co-chairs, our Homes for Humanity, that the value of that has been over 200,000 if we count extremely, less than minimum wage for highly qualified people. Whereas the financial donations we've received, because we haven't yet started soliciting donations, have been quite limited. And so we feel this is the spirit that Jean has invoked, that Yusuf has invoked, of how we can all come together, how you all are already coming together to create that future. I will leave it at that for now, but just really wanted to invoke those points before we move on to the next exciting section of our Homes for Humanity.
Rama, let me make one bridging comment, because just to consolidate that, really on this first level of home, which is dedicated to catalyze and enable young agents of transformation to make their own contribution in the world, the living curriculum served that. The humanity quest that we are running on our grounds is serving this, but also the transformative university courses that took place on our ground, and where these young agents of transformation were also able to learn and work with homes for humanity around the planet. And that brings us to the next level, from home to homes. How do we come together as Earth citizens, connecting our homes, building homes that are true agencies of transformation? So from the agent of transformation to full-fledged agencies. And we are incredibly blessed that this year, in this first year of full focus on the Homes for Humanity, we launched already 8 Homes for Humanity on 4 continents. And 4 more are coming in the next 4 months, so we will be 12. And we have an exciting journey as Homes for Humanity ahead. And it is a real pleasure at this moment to also, not only we are getting to know some of the Homes for Humanity, at least with some more details, but I would like to invite Dr. Daud Taranike now onto the screen. Daud, who together with his wife, Christina Taranike, has originated the Integral Kumusha. The Integral Kumusha in rural Zimbabwe, an amazing story that by now has won national attention. Daud will share us more, and Daud will share with us as also the future co-director of the Homes for Humanity program, of where this program is heading, who is involved, and who of you on the screen might want to join one day this movement as well. Over to you, dear Daud, please.
I'll just quickly add, Daud, that you would have noticed that Thais Corral, who was going to co-moderate the session with you, the co-founding member of Home for Humanity, is on the road, but has briefly managed to get online and will join us in this session. So just be aware that she is here. Thais, thank you for making it somewhere on the road in Brazil onto our call. Over to you, dear Daud.
Thank you, Alexander, and thank you, Rama. Thank you, everybody, for making time to be together today in this special Earth Agora. Special in the sense that we are coming together not only as home for humanity today, but for homes as homes for humanity, for one big home, our earth home. And the importance of this movement, as has already been demonstrated by previous speakers, is that we all undoubtedly accept that the earth and the world as a whole is in a crisis. Many crises we're experiencing today. And we need remarkable people. We need remarkable thinkers. We need forward thinking. We need generational thinkers, people who are committed to co-create a new home for humanity, a global home for humanity that will benefit everyone. And it is upon this understanding that it is so important that we have this Homes for Humanity program, which is being inaugurated today. And we invite you all in all your different parts of the world that we are creating more than an avalanche. We are creating a formidable force that will drive and reshape the transformative efforts to bring sanity in this decaying world, so that together we can enjoy the brotherhood, Ubuntu. Together we can enjoy the fullness of life as one people, in one earth, and one home, the Homes for Humanity program. I'm going to allow this opportunity to my co-presenter, Thijs, to say a few words, then we can move to the next stage. Thijs, please.
I will try from the road. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. So what I would like to say is, I was just feeling all of you, and I think that Homes for Humanity are really the chance we have to reconnect to what is so essential for all of us, which is our humanity, no? And the only place where we can really reconnect to that humanity, that we can have the chance to go to that very essential values and essential connections and among ourselves, is in homes. And I think that that idea of our home and the home of our community and our planet home is a very appropriated way to kind of bring to us that that special aspect of caring, which is so important for us to overcome the present crisis. No, we have to relearn to reconnect with our hearts, with our hands, with our whole being, to caring. And the only place where we can do that is in our homes. So that's how I feel that that initiative of Rama and Alexandra, that all of us are joining, is a concept that can elevate and can make us understand and actually be open to that very principle of all life, which is caring. So that's what I wanted to say. And I have one Home for Humanity, which is in Alto Valle. And we are trying, over these last 15 years, but especially 10 years, of illustrating, of cultivating, of learning how we can do this together, how we can care together, care for ourselves, care for each other, and care for planet Earth and all its beings, animals, plants, and everything which is alive.
Thank you, Thijs. We really appreciate your words of wisdom and encouragement. In the next 10 or so minutes, we're going to travel throughout the whole world in our different homes, sharing in just 1 minute, what we are doing in different parts of the world. So I can feel the excitement, I can feel the energy among ourselves, and I'm going to be inviting now our Home for Humanity in Sri Lanka. Vinya, if you can take us through in 1 minute what you're doing in Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Daud. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Greetings and love from Sri Lanka. I represent the Home Sarvodaya, which is working in the communities, trying to awaken individuals and communities collectively. So the power of Home for Humanity and the Homes for Humanity is the fact that it lies in the fact that the homes which we represent from all continents can serve as nodes of regeneration of humanity, and the impact of creation of a collective consciousness that can keep the hope alive at this time when the world feels that there is no hope. And what we are doing right now is to build new leadership, multi-generational leadership, to work collectively to heal our planet and heal ourselves and build a new world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinya. We move on to India, and I call Mumtaz and Rarol.
Now, unfortunately, I just received a message from Rahul and Mumtaz that they have a small emergency. They will hope to get on the call later, but they are not able to do so right now. So I'm not in Mumbai, I'm in Bangalore, but from their side, I'll come in a moment if they haven't joined by the end of the session to speak on their behalf.
Thank you very much for the update. We move on to Egypt, and I call upon Helmi Ablushe.
Helmi cannot make it, but he excuses himself. We are all experienced the usual winter kind of flu wave, but with me here is Martina and Regina, and we are part of the Sekim family, the community, who is following the footsteps of Ibrahim Abouleish, who founded Sekim as an initiative for cultural renewal in Egypt. And it started with sustainable biodynamic agriculture in the desert. And from this wide canvas of a social experiment and social innovation came the need for building a cultural life to educate people, came the need to create an economic life to cater with products and services for the needs of people that are all together a thriving ecosystem of how we can rebuild society. And from a university to a kindergarten to different companies to a medical center, we have so many different institutions where we learn and develop together. And that's for us a journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Max and our friends from Sekim in Egypt. We move on to Nigeria. Is Father Dodo with us? I haven't seen Father Dodo. Probably we can invite Sister Sheba. I saw Sister Sheba earlier on. Are you able to stand in for Father Dodo?
Daud, I can see on the, he's there.
Hello?
He's here. Oh, okay. Father
Yeah,
Dodo, please come through.
Anselm, you seem to be muted. Daud, I suggest to try it later again in a couple of minutes.
Okay, we can come back to Nigeria. Let's now move on to Palestine. And I call upon Zaira. Anyone from Palestine? Okay, we can move on to Morocco, and I can call upon Driss. Is Driss able to make it with us? I realize you said Driss was running a little bit late.
Oh,
or we could come
unfortunately,
back.
Driss has just sent in a message to us. He has had to travel on an an urgent mission. He sent in a message which we will share with the community a little later. Sorry, dear Daud, I had sent you a couple of messages as we were starting the meeting, but they probably didn't reach you about Driss and Koro. But please continue. I think we still have Jihan and Elif.
Switzerland is present.
Sorry, Alexander, are you saying something?
Yes, we come to good news now because Switzerland is clearly present.
So let's move on to Switzerland. But I see Father Dodo and Solma Dodo has just put on something on the chat there. Is Father Dodo listening? Is he hearing us?
Yes, yes, I am. I am.
So before we move on to Switzerland, can we give it to Father Dodo?
Okay. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's a privilege to always have this gathering. I always feel that I'm in a rural community in somewhere in Nigeria, but I always feel that I'm everywhere once I'm with this group from Europe to Africa to everywhere. So I would like to appreciate what this idea is all about, which is the importance of peace, peace in our hearts and peace in our communities. And I always say the inward peace is so important for us to promote the outward peace. So I could see this group, we are that same wavelength. The inner peace is so important for us to achieve peace in the world. And home is where we reconnect with who we are internally, and then we discover ourselves, and then we'll be able to bring peace into the world. So the concept of home for me is so important, and that concept of home has been taken for granted so much in the world. Home is where characters are formed. Home is where the dignity of individuals are nurtured before they go out into the world. And I think personally that part of the crisis in the world today is because we neglected the importance of home, where characters of children are molded and shaped, and the social media seem to have taken over the duty of home. And so I hope the Home for Humanity will draw the attention of the world to the importance of home as a place where characters are nurtured, are developed, where people learn to reconnect with who they are so that they can be agents of peace, because a man of violence cannot be a man of peace. No matter what position he or she occupies, it's not possible. So I appreciate what this book is about, and I hope that we will keep the spirit going. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father Dodo from Nigeria. And we move on to Switzerland.
Hello, everyone. Very pleased being here. Jihan and myself, we are originally from Turkey and Kurdistan. And we spend most of our time actually at the Home for Humanity in France, the major global campus, and telling stories. We're actually storytellers. And very recently, I suppose, if I'm not mistaken, last summer, this year summer, we launched a home garden in Bern, in the capital of Switzerland, next to the Aare, the famous river. And this was in inspiration of being part of the global movement, even if it's just a little garden. And the things we do there is we invite our friends from all walks of life and background, mostly academic researching friends, because we both work at the university. And we gather around the table, we eat together, we cook, we also sleep. We just use this place to heal, to just regenerate ourselves, because life in the city can be very hectic, as you all know. But we also work on stories, and just very recently we did a story about healing with a friend from Rwanda. And I would like to share that little storybook with you right now, so you can have a look. I'll just share the link, and you can see the kind of place the garden is. And although it's a little garden in Bern, it has a vision about healing and going beyond a world of violence to a world of peace. Jihan, would you also like to say one sentence or two sentences?
Hello, everybody. Actually, we always speak about home, and we say home. Yeah, I can say home is for one people is himself or herself. We are also a home if we feel really safely in all around the world. Then we have actually a home. But also we can share our home with all other people, and I hope we can share home with everybody the need home. And thank you so much being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate that update. We now move on to Brazil. Thais, is she going to talk again, or we can
move on.
If I can come in for just 1 second, what I did want to just quickly mention, having heard Jihan, is just that we are very happy that, in their garden, which is really a place of transformation, also because Jihan is a refugee himself from Kurdistan, and Jihan and Elif coming together as a Kurd and a Turk is in itself a symbol of the earth civilization we seek to create, and using creativity to do so. So we are very, very touched that we have already in our midst the first refugee-led Home for Humanity in the Swiss capital. And Elif came into our lives through Enzo, and we very much hope that Enzo too will be the host for a refugee-led Home for Humanity to support the refugee community in Turkey. So just that little point, and I'll maybe use this moment to mention that you'll see in our strategy that a key purpose is having a Home for Humanity Solidarity Fund to support when there are emergencies like in Afghanistan in the last months. And in this year, we've used that very much, not as a fund, but really to be mentors, supporters, and to channel support to people at the forefront in Afghanistan. So I just wanted to mention that, and we hope this fund can really grow in the next year and years.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you very much for that update. And before we move on to Africa, Southern Africa, to Zimbabwe, is there anyone whom I had missed, whom we want to give the minutes just to share with us? Let's move on to Zimbabwe then. I'm going to allow my co-creator and my wife, Christina, to take us through the integral Kumusha. The integral Kumusha means traditional homestead. in Zimbabwe in the Shona language. So I'm going to allow Christina to lead us through.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Maybe for the benefit of some people, Integral Kumusha is a transformed traditional rural homestead with the objective for promoting self-sufficiency in order to eradicate poverty, hunger, and marginalization. It encompasses the nature, culture, technology, and enterprise, which promotes the creation of employment within the local community and enhances, improve the livelihoods in harmony with the entire ecosystem. It has now been recognized as a national model rural homestead, and efforts are now underway to propagate the model throughout the all rural communities in Zimbabwe. We are excited to be part of the Home for Humanity and contribute to the recognition of this entire world.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone, for sharing with us your different activities in your different homes for humanities, where you are. And this time, I'm going to call upon Max from Egypt to take us through the short strategic outlook in the Homes for Humanity for 2022 to 2024. Max, if you can take us through, please.
Yes, I will do my best to do so. And I invite, of course, Alexander and Rama to round up this beautiful strategic outlook. As I understand it, it is really to allow people who are interested to take a journey around the globe in an online format, maybe in the future also in a real life format, to visit all the different homes that we have just heard spread all over the world, spread all over the continents, to witness the kind of practical implementation of what we call a holistic approach for development. So there will be people enrolled, and it will start actually on the 12th of March for a 6-week online program where fellows that are already in our network, but also new people who are interested to become fellows, will join to go through this kind of integral journey to become themselves agent of transformation, who can turn their individual home into homes for humanity, and thereby get inspired by the different homes already existing and create more to expand this network and let this impulse go around the world. So this program is a kind of catalyst to enlarge our movement, to bring more homes of humanity into our network, and to allow agents of transformation to understand the language of holistic development. And we're going to celebrate that. There is a festival which is in May, I think, a festival that is really taking place at France, in France, at our mother home for humanity, together with the different fellows and representatives from the different homes. And I'm very optimistic that we will all make it in person there to celebrate and hold hands together, sit around the fireplaces and celebrate this beautiful journey that has by then taken part. And another very interesting and beautiful aspect of this solidarity and network of Homes for Humanity is that there is a solidarity fund being raised that will allow the different and emerging Homes for Humanity to become a kind of harbor for healing and for providing a safe space for areas in crisis in order to respond authentically to what is needed in order to heal the consequences of the apocalyptic times, how Jean mentioned it. And so we are really much looking forward to see this impact of education, healing, and transformation being interwoven in this program called Homes for Humanity. And we are looking all to your active participation and spreading the word. Thank you very much. Alexander and Rama, please.
Max, it was brilliant. And Daud, I want to thank you how you took us around the planet in well, kind of rounded up 10 minutes. This was just wonderful. I think what we all could see, that what we like to say, home holds power. There is an enormous possibility that we are having to leverage planetary change from a simple garden near the River Are in Bern to a rural homestead in Zimbabwe to a full-fledged community-based organization like Savoria, which reaches out to like 15,000 villages and is a home for humanity. So we want to build on that, and we do that in an educational, transformative way as well. And we are building also among ourselves an ever stronger ecosystem of mutual support in order to bring these efforts that we are doing around the planet, not just to a higher level of actualization, but also to begin to show a planetary web that shows a new possibility for an emerging paradigm. So this is in the making. And I think, Rama, would you like to build on this? We certainly want to see.
First, we just want to quickly introduce Paulina, who's going to support this program, and also so that she can give you an incitement to submit your future visions, which we will move to. We're going to move into that visionary phase of the Earth Agora very shortly. So Paulina, jump online and incite us and encourage us with your role.
Thank you, everybody, and also a warm welcome from my side. I'm very honored to be here and to join this journey and adventure. I joined the Home for Humanity team just recently as a researcher and innovator. I'm currently doing my master's studies in education for sustainable development. So how does the future look in terms of education for the future, in the future? How can we design and co-create a future that tackles all the challenges that are currently occurring and also leads us to creating this regenerative future. So I'm going to be there with all of you on this journey, co-creating this pilot phase of Homes for Humanity course. And I'm super excited to share all this with you and to hear all the stories of the homes which are already there and which are also emerging in the future, and to navigate this adventure together where we connect over the whole globe and actually are able to create a network, and even more than a network, we're aiming at creating an ecosystem which is alive, which is in constant exchange. And we already received a few future statements, and I just want to share with you what is going to come out of this. In the future, we're going to make a little booklet, which we're going to share with the Home for Humanity family. And I would just want to quickly share with you the design of the booklet. I hope you can see it. This is what it's going to look like. We have different contributions already came in. We are putting them in shape. We're gonna edit a little booklet, and as you can see, it's coming together beautifully. I didn't manage to involve all of the contents which has reached me, but it's gonna happen very soon. And yeah, thank you very much. And I will give the word back to Rama and Alexander, just a very short introduction from my side. Thank you.
You, Alexander. Yes, we are moving now from the homes to the Earth Agora. And so now we're already going to ask you to start, you've been listening to this movement from different parts. We're going to ask you to keep your creative juices open because we're really moving into the creative part. We have a very special guest here, recovering from COVID, who's joining us. And Alexander, you will take us into that exciting part of Earth artistry. We have the Home for Humanity film and a very, very special musician, which will lead us to our future visions.
Yes, Rama, from future visions also to become visual, to move into art. So the third level, Earth home. And one of the dimensions that we are evolving, developing, and beginning to manifest is what we call Earth artistry. Art as a power for actively participating in the renewal of our civilization. And we couldn't have imagined a better way to kick this particular part of Home for Humanity off than through two wonderful artists. And I begin first to share and introduce Marco Pogartsnick with you, who is a leading geomantic artist from renowned in the world, a UNESCO peace artist, a UN Goodwill Ambassador, and he's working with something, with art that is healing the world, working through his art of doing Gaia culture, art installations, and one took place at Home for Humanity. And we are so happy to have Marco now with us from Slovenia. And I also wanted to mention, we have two of the artists who worked with him at Home for Humanity on screen here. We have Marie-Agnès Gauthier, maybe you could wave so people can see you. And we have, believe it or not, from my little hometown in Germany, Lippstadt, Annette Frederking here. All of them have been here to do magnificent work, and Marco is going to introduce us. Please, Marco, we're blessed to have you here.
Thank you for the invitation. We were in September this year at the Home for Humanity with Rama and Alexander, where we carved a geopuncture installation. This is a project of mine starting in 2005. The idea is to create stone installations in different parts of the world, like a kind of acupuncture of the Earth's body, which would mean to touch Gaia, the body of the Earth as a conscious. We see Gaia as a conscious being of consciousness and of heartfelt feeling. So we want to touch her and to connect humanity again in a new way. For this, I developed a method which is a positioning of a stone as a kind of acupuncture needle, and then we carve a sign that I call cosmogram. So it is not just touching, but also giving a message out. And with the help of this message, we communicate. So we each of these, now there are 29 such installations with about 400 to 500 stones. And each of the installation has a different theme. Of course, when we built in Hoton at Rama and Alexander, the theme is how to put together different aspects that are important for the home of humanity, not just be for human beings, but that it would include also all other beings, visible and invisible, which means on different levels of existence. You can see that the cosmograms are carved in a special way, with forms that are concave, so that they take light in the play of light and shadow. They radiate into the space, and the stone with its mineral crystal essence is capable to take the memory and give it out. This is the group of our carvers and some friends with us. We were working 1 week, and yeah, you should come and see. But it is not just, we didn't work just to be seen, and but especially to be there and to radiate and to ground, make good roots for the place which is the source of the project of Home for Humanity. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak.
Marco, it is literally like having you back home, just seeing you here, having also Aneta and Marie-Agnès with us is just beautiful. And the work you did at Home for Humanity is really for all of humanity and all of the earth, because it radiates into the world. With that, we are moving to the next big work in progress, which has been unfolding the last 2 years. Elif, your film, made together with Jihan through your constant presence and support of Home for Humanity. Over to you. And I just want to make a little note. We are, as you may have noticed, a bit behind time, but we will speed through this, and in just about a few minutes, we'll be starting our Future Visions round, so we can hear all of your paradigms for the future. So a very brief taste of Elif's and Jihan's film on Home for Humanity.
Thank you, Rama. And I think we're going to see a bit of the film, just the intro. Maybe we can see the part where we land at Marco Pogartsnick's installation and we hear the vow. Would that be fine, or is it too long?
Yes, no, not the vow, just the Kaifa knows.
Okay. But we can't hear. I think Kaisa needs to open her microphone.
No? Is it coming through?
I know you would have a lot to say about the film, but I'm just aware that we are running short on time. But if you want to say a few words, please do very briefly.
Well, yeah, that was landing from the cosmos to the Home for Humanity's soil. And you see Marco Pogartsnick's art installation. The intro was very much inspired by the cosmograms, Marco, for you to know. And yeah, that was just the intro. And we can't wait to share the film with you very soon. And maybe we just show the poster and we end it here. Oh, until Kaiser opens up the poster, I can say that the film intends to spread the vision and support that this becomes a global movement, that a lot of more homes and communities around the world would like to join this so you see in the poster, it's actually a moving poster. We could share the link. Actually, I could share the link with you all. So you can see there's like a couple of plays about how all the elements turn into each other. The fire becomes the water, the wood becomes the fish. A bit of these mythological stories that we have in Turkey called Balıklı Göl, the lake with the fish. And so what does that have to do with the film? You will find out once watching. And yeah, it seems the internet connection doesn't allow you to see the movement. So I'm just going to share you the link and you can all have a look to have a taste. Thank you all.
Elif and Jihan, and really the film we hope will become a way for us to convey this vision very far and really connect the homes and co-creators in a very joyful way and show the power of art. Alexandra, I turn to you to work some of Jean's Kairos magic of time, because we have very few minutes before we end our official program, but are very keen to hear the future visions, which we thought we would already be starting a few minutes ago. So I hand over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rama. And thank you, Elif and Jihan, for this amazing work in progress. You see, everyone, there's a lot to be launched in 2022. And we will keep you, of course, posted in this journey. And launching means really activating this planetary vision ever more. On all programs level, from home to homes to Earth Home, we will have individual programs, but we will also have cross-cutting programs for young agents of transformation, so-called fellowships, and we will fill you into that very soon, because this will become a very exciting journey that Home for Humanity is going to offer, a transcultural, transformative, transdisciplinary journey that is in the making and to be launched.
Each one of you will really
year.
be the inspirations and role models and mentors for this program. So that's why we will be coming back to you to solicit your recommendations and inputs.
Yeah. And coming back to you or to all of us is indeed where we are going now, but we are going to be ignited into what we are calling the future vision circle. We will be ignited by Tatiana. Can I call you the Home for Humanity artist by the Earth Family song by Tatiana Speed from Canada, who is now coming on live. A wonderful member of our Humanity team with amazing artistic talents and much more, as you are going to discover. And while Tatiana is taking us in this musical journey, perhaps we can allow also all the information that came in this last hour. Oops, there's some mic open, to allow this to sink in. And if some reflection, some feedback is already coming up that you would like to share in the post, please go ahead. But for now, we are focusing fully on you, Tatiana. So happy to have you here. And after that, we are opening our vision circle with all of us. Tatiana, please.
Okay, hello, everyone. I am just so moved by all of you and by the visions that have been shared today and the enormous heart I feel here, and just how each person on this call is co-creating this vision together. I really feel the family vibe of love. And I wrote this song after a course I did with Rama and Alexander. And at the end of the course, we were invited to kind of give our impressions of the Humanity Earth Charter. And I chose to put mine into this song. And yeah, this song is really inspired by this community, by this work, and yeah, by the vision of Home for Humanity. So I hope you enjoy it. Some of you may already know the chorus of the song because I know it's kind of circulated. And if anyone wants to sing along with me, feel free to unmute. And away we go. Today we come together with a new vision for humanity, to co-create a united Earth family. And with this vision and our shared intuition, we have the potential to bring peace on Earth to fruition. We imagine a world where we take care of all of life. And with this intention, we become beacons of light. So let's join together in manifestation to bring about societal transformation. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. We come together to unite, we come together to ignite unity between all forms of life. I see the one in the all, and the all in the one. Our hearts beat to the same drum. We come together for the fate of the earth. Every single one of us is needed to rebirth a new community, a new Earth family, a new reality and unity for all humanity. If we educate, we can innovate, create a blank slate for the world to co-create a new fate of societal change and renewal. Indigenous knowledge is a key, is a tool. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. And so you could like totally unmute and sing that with me. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. We are co-creators, we are innovators, we are change makers, pioneers and trailblazers, paving a path for an inclusive civilization to arise, a regenerative future for all beings, all life. We nurture cultures of peace and integrity. We celebrate the beauty of our infinite diversity, and from every corner of the world, creative expression paves the way for a future of intimate connection. The leaders of today, the leaders of tomorrow, we have seeds to sow, visions to grow, places to go, and now we know it's time for unity to co-create a united Earth family. Unmute the line. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. From the heart of humanity, we come together in unity to co-create a united Earth family. For humanity live at the Agora, we are here together to come together and soar higher and higher, igniting the inner fire. We transform and together inspire humanity, birthing a new Earth family, connected together, peace, harmony, and unity. Here at the Agora, we let our future visions fly free to bring about a united Earth family. Thank you, everyone.
Bravo. Thank you. Great.
Send the song around.
I have it. I will do that.
Yalla, yalla.
I'll send along the slideshow maybe. Anyway, thank you all, everyone, for all the work that you're doing I'm so inspired by all of you, and this song is really a reflection of all of us and this this vision that we're bringing into being. So thank you all.
Exceptional, because we have on the screen and in our Earth Agora today 4 remarkable musicians, very different backgrounds. Enzo and Tatiana, who you've now met, Max, who just spoke up and you've heard before, and Arjuna, who all composed special songs for Home for Humanity, all of which are featured in Elif's and Jihan's film, and which will become also a separate album and some kind of beautiful product that they will be sharing, and Tatiana will be taking a lead on that. So thank you so much. Alexander, over to you.
I'm still speechless. Don't know what to say. This was so beautiful. Thank you for igniting us into this next round. And actually, I would like to hand over to our dear Kaiser, because now we are going on a journey which includes really each and every one of us with our very particular new paradigm motto that we have created for today as part of the future statement. Over to you, Kaiser. That will be our grand finale, and then after that we are going really to closing this beautiful coming together. Please, Kaiser.
Let's see, there we are. Thank you so much, Alexander. And just beautiful, Tatiana. My voice is like super failing me. Quite sick today. So I'm actually thinking maybe Alexander, if you or Rama wants to do it.
Absolutely. Kaiser, stay on. If you can keep yourself pinned, so we will just be your voice. Kaiser has been our amazing lifesaver and core team member in this period. So just stay with us and we will call on you. So just so we know where we are, Tatiana has really ushered us from the presentation stage of some of the highlights of the last 2 years and the highlights of our strategy ahead into our future sessions. And Alexander prepared this beautifully by asking you to prepare your future statements. Paulina shared that this is going to actually lead to a beautiful publication, not just a booklet. This is going to be something really major where some of these leading change makers, all of you here and others who can't be here right now, will be featured with your visions. And what Alexander had invited you to do is to bring your new paradigm in 15 words, your slogan, your mantra, your motto of what needs to be the foundation for the future. And what we'll invite you to do right now is to just paste them on already on the screen, on the chat. So they're all appearing as in real time. And then Alexander and I will just call out your names and we will pin you so you could share your 10 to 15 words. And every single voice is heard. And please do send in the full statements to us and to Paulina for this powerful booklet.
Wonderful. If you are ready to go.
The easiest may be simply to go down the list. Right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, Rama. That's what we do together. We go down the list, which you also received. That will be easy. So we go more or less alphabetically and trying to keep an eye on who might not be here or has already left. And just open then kindly the mic so we hear then everyone's voice when you are called upon, and share your mantra in voice and also then in the chat. Anselm Adodo in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I was about to start typing my words, but I will do that even as I'm speaking. And my own few words is that your weakness might be my strength, and my strength might be your weakness. When we work together and interact, we all discover one another and we become stronger. That is my own ideal of the Home for Humanity. So I will say it again. My strength might be your weakness. My weakness might be your strength. When we interact, we discover ourselves, and then we are happy together. Thank you.
Thank you. We zoom into Egypt. Max, please.
Yeah, for us, we said together, the land, no, sorry, the vision needs some land, and the land needs some people to follow their heart.
Thank you, Max. Did I understand well? You also spoke for Martina and Regina, who are sitting next to you?
Yes. You have to say yes.
If not, this is the moment. Please come in. Wonderful. Genevieve Ansel in France, please.
Yes, our planet is made by ocean, by water. And so the being humanity on our oceanic planet in 2022 to share together with all the network and the networks about dialogues and Home for Humanity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Rama, maybe we do it iterating. It's a bit easier, so we know, we can see who is here, because I think Irene Banda has left already. And I see Fariba is very keen to come in. Please, Fariba.
Hello everyone. It's my first time ever being here. I'm so honored, and it was very interesting. It was very interesting. It was very powerful actually meeting, and I just wanted to say that first, hello to everyone, and also I'm so glad to be here and honored. Thank you so much.
I
Thank
see
you so much,
Jonathan
Fariba.
and Meisu
Yes.
in our soon-to-be inaugurated Home for Humanity, London.
Hello. Hi. What are you asking us to do? Simply
Sorry,
just
just to
say
put
what
your
you
paradigm, just the mantra, the paradigm, mantra, motto, the 10 to 15 words. Oops, you're muted again. Sorry, Maysoon, you're muted again.
Yeah. Together we listen and hear. We watch and see. We imagine and create together.
Mine is, where's mine? Oh yeah, the future is your next breath.
Beautiful. Nilima? We're just asking everyone, if you have it, or could just produce it on the spot, your paradigm, your new paradigm for an Earth civilization, your mantra or motto, please do share it. I just continue going down the list. I know I saw Ozioma a moment ago.
Did I go?
Yes, please. And you can enact it. You can do whatever you like to bring it to life. Everyone, feel free.
Together we rise, evolutionary artists, creatively collaborating to craft a new world, birthing a global renaissance.
That's glorious. Welcome, Lisa, to the family. It's lovely to have you for the first time.
Wonderful. Rama, and I know that Thais has Thais Corral's statement ready to read.
Super. Thais is still around.
Is she here, or do you want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Please go ahead, Kaisa.
Okay, so from Thais, Home for Humanity means reconnecting with our ability to care. Caring can ease our hearts, strengthen our spirits, and transform our sense of what is possible.
Thank you.
Might I just intervene very quickly? As some people have already started leaving, maybe the most efficient way to do it would be to go through the participants list inside of Zoom. So not the one we received email, but those that are still within the call.
Arjuna, would you like to do that for us? Just move us down the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Okay. Kaisa Liden, would you like to share your statements?
I would like to do that, Arjuna. Okay, so mine is listening to inner guidance, moment by moment, cultivating courage to act accordingly, collaboratively, peacefully, and lovingly.
Paulina?
Thank you. Mine is rather short. It's going like this. From shared wisdom and innovation to co-creation for regeneration.
Daud and Christina.
One home, one people, one earth, a great legacy.
Love it. Esther, or have we just?
Yeah. Ecological interconnectivity is an exchange of gifts that makes the earth a happy home.
Thank you, Sister Esther. Loten.
Yes, so I think, you know, I'm wrapped up here in a very warm cloth, and my mobile is slowly becoming very old, and you know the sound is disappearing, so I had to wear this. And my daughter, she wrote me, "Paula, wake up." She thought I was sleeping. Sometimes I was a little bit dizzy sleeping, so I think I missed some chance here and there to speak. So I just want to say that, yeah, Home for Humanity should be sincere, kind, compassionate to in our own homes and also in this big vision that you are having. I think the most important thing is to generate compassion and kindness, through which, when we speak of healing, then the real healing takes place when there is compassion and kindness and sincerity. And I think this is very important for all of us, not just in words. You know, I'm not saying you are just in words, but basically, I think it's important that if we can go deeper into cultivating compassion, and also courage is very important. So for me,
sorry, for now we're just asking for your paradigm, and what you said was just perfect. We will stay with that.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying my words are not so wonderful, but sometimes I just have to say things more repeatedly, but in a way that what I mean to say is kindness, love, and compassion, courage, sincerity. This should be your paradigm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loten. And I know you to, even when you're sleeping, to also fully be awake. So don't worry.
Exactly.
Rama.
I have many names before me. There's Susan Tima before me.
There's many names after you too, so you can go now.
Okay. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The universe is a single family. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. What we intend becomes reality.
Thank you. Susan?
Thanks. I have a very short one. Teamwork makes the dream work. And I have to leave. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best around the world. Yeah, it was wonderful. Thank you. Ciao.
Is Amma there? Can we hear you?
Yes, I'm there. Can you see me? No? No. Okay, I have also a very short one, and I have to leave now. I was thinking of patterns, of course, and patterns are life, and we should choose patterns, meaningful patterns, and pathway for our lives. And so in short, the slogan is patterns alive, choose your life patterns.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Okay.
See you.
Bye, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so
It
much.
was very beautiful.
See you from Brazil. Can we hear you?
Hey, everyone. Yes. So mine is awakening the power of integrative ecology and collective action into each individual. Thank you for this beautiful time here.
Thank you, and great to see you. Davi?
Hello, everyone. Mine is Pachamama's Rescue, to recover humanity's nature, unveiling Pachamama's project of abundance, good living, and freedom. Thank you, Ram, Alexander, and all. It was amazing to be here with you. So good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you for your words. Thank you. Elif, Jihan?
More home, more place, more love, more people.
And our common story, communing our lives with an open heart and the courage to co-create a more just and regenerative planet.
Beautiful. Enzo? Enzo? We heard you so clearly before, but are you still there?
Just unmute Enzo.
There.
Okay. For me, as it's just one is enough. For me, human relation, like common humanity, human relation to me is like flowers. Then can only exist if a person takes care of them. So, friendship, brotherhood only exists to bring smile to all the people that life has made cry. So that's it, my sense.
Thank you, Enzo. Idem?
Hello, everyone. It's also my first time and it's amazing to meet you all. Mine is spirals created by holistic encounters can create wonders, even if they're slow but steady.
I agree. Thank you, and great to see you for the first time. Oh, Jean is still amongst us. Maybe we can get a contribution from her too. Jean?
These are the times, and we are the people. We are the people of the co-creation of a world, of a spirit, of an energy, and of a planet that works for all.
Thank you. Julia and Sophie?
Hi, dear. So for us, it's cultivate compassion and humanity in ourselves and each of us, to bring light to every corner of the world, to heal and protect all sentient beings. Thank you.
Merci. Beautiful. Margot? Or maybe.
With Marianne, yes.
Yes, that's why. Sorry. Your name. Yes.
Marianne, yes.
Oops, you are muted, Maria-Agnes.
Aquí.
Yeah. You're muted.
Yes. Do you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes,
Is
it's
it
good.
okay? So just a few words. Dare to approach the mystery of the living in oneself, in others, and in earth, in all its visible and invisible dimension, and wave together the web of life for all.
Beautiful. Merci.
Jean-Louis, would you like to add yours? And I guess that's your little granddaughter.
Oh, my English is very poor, but I can say, for me, awakening to consciousness, to share and co-create a world with more solidarity.
Thank you. You want to just ask your granddaughter if she'd like to contribute something? A word? Est-ce qu'il y a un mot que tu aimerais partager avec nous?
Tu
Est-ce que tu veux dire quelque chose?
À tous les gens.
À tous les gens
À
pour
tous
la
les
Terre.
gens pour la Terre. Tu voudrais
C'est pas grave.
dire quoi pour la
Si
Terre?
tu voudrais plus tard, tu peux.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux
D'accord?
pour la Terre?
Tu sais pas, bon.
Plus tard, plus tard.
Je pense que tu peux l'écrire, tu peux lui l'écrire aussi dans le chat.
Later.
Merci. Super. On continue. We continue. Have we heard Mira? Is Mira still around?
Yes, I'm on a journey. You speak, Arjuna, did you call me?
Yes. Would you like to share with us your slogan?
Actually, I'm in a process, in a journey of healing. And I'm also in gratitude for what I have received through this healing process. And I continue to share, to give through this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mira. So good to see you. Monira?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad I'm in your family group. I want to read one poem from Maulana for everyone. Everyone became my friend out of suspicion. He did not take my secret from inside me. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. We had two special guests with us today. One was Munira, a very beloved friend and former student, who was the former Deputy Minister of Defense of Afghanistan. And it's lovely to have you in our family. Pilar Alvarez, our other special guest, just had to leave. She was the former Assistant Director General of UNESCO, and she left with this message saying, "Changing the future, what an endeavor."
Amazing. Oh, it's so beautiful to have all of these contributions. Noor, my brother, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Arjuna. I like your hairstyle, by the way. So my slogan is going to be that every human soul is a transmitter that can radiate love, life, and peace beyond borders. Thank you.
Thank you. Nima?
Yes, so I wrote, in order to live meaningfully and joyfully together and heal our divided world, we need to learn to trust each other, to share responsibilities and be responsible for our action and their reactions. And I just wanted to say that I'm also so thankful to be here, to meet so many people that I've heard so many things of, like Enzo and Jean, and the people from Sinal and Sekem, and to meet old friends like Julia and Paulina and Kaisa and Arjuna and Mora. It's really nice. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
We're so happy that you're here with us. Thanks, Nima. Rico is also here. Rico.
Hello, dear ones, blessings. Yeah, first, thank you for the invitation. Really great to be here with you, Rama and Alexander, and all these beautiful young souls which will change the world. And thank you also with Home for Humanity for your great life work, Rama and Alexander. And for those who not maybe know me or my work, my life work is finally to serve, to raise the individual and collective consciousness, like based on the unified ancestral with the new wisdom under spiritual guidance. And my slogan would be, recognize yourself as deity being and walk the path of your own experience.
Thank you, Rico. Sonali.
Thank you, Arjuna. Collaborate in encouraging inclusive and holistic self-expression through art forms to enable the realization of our shared humanity. Thank you.
Beautiful. Sonali, thank you. Would love to go back to Tatiana.
Hello, Arjuna. Okay, mine is cultural renewal, creative renaissance, retelling the human story to unite us in shared action on behalf of a more enlightened world.
Wow, thank you. Youssef, would you share with us your slogan?
Thank you, Arjuna. As a linguist, I always look for the etymological meaning of words. And in the course of looking for the meaning of home in many languages, it is amazing that I found that there is no home without a heart. They come together. It so happens that in English, they share the first letter. And so my slogan is, without a heart, there is no home. And as I put in the chat, my vision is written there. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Youssef. I think we're coming almost full circle. I'll invite Mora to say her contribution.
So my contribution, my vision for the future, my motto, it's healing starts with learning to let go of everything that isn't us to become who we truly are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm going to invite now Arjuna.
I've taken quotes from Amin Malouf, great Lebanese author. And I always go back to these quotes. It is the way that we look at others imprisons them within their narrowest allegiances. But that same look can also set them free. I think that we've had everybody, at least who is in the call now. So I invite Alexander.
Thanks, Arjuna. That was brilliant. By the way, I also want to share briefly my 15 words. And funny enough, when I wrote them this morning, I came literally up with 15. So here they are. Coming home to who we truly are, the only path to take us truly far. That's my motto of the day. And Rama, I'm looking to you because this was so rich, it was so full, and yet despite our best intentions, we went a little bit over time. So I really want to see that we are also not adding because we had so many more plans for this session. But here's my suggestion. We will, after the official ending of the session, we will have a moment for, more space for those who have still some time. But I would love to ask Jean and perhaps first Yusuf and then Jean to conclude the Agora officially and the experience that we had received today in this beautiful co-creative spirit. So I turn perhaps to Yusuf first and then to Jean, and then if there is still a bit of room, we have a little bit of cultural space.
Yes, we have two amazing surprises that you would want to celebrate after hearing Jean and Yusuf and Jean, which is 2 last songs by Max and Arjuna, which are sure to enable you to end your year very well and start your year beautifully. So over to you, dear Yusuf, and thank you for bearing with us, both of our co-chairs, in our inability to keep to exact times.
Despite the best timekeeper on the planet, which is Arjuna, thank you for that. Imagine where we would be without you today. So thank you for that. And really, may I just say one thing? I'm sorry, Yusuf and Jean, before I hand over. I would really like to use this opportunity also. We didn't really have it today, Rama, to say thank you also to this amazing team of young people working with us from around the planet. Many of them are still on the call. Many are not anymore on the call or couldn't make it today. But it's just an honor, a blessing, and a joy, and gives us really, as the French say, a raison d'être also to do the work we are doing in co-creation with all of you. So just from the bottom of our hearts, incredible thank you. And I speak from the hearts of all of us on the call. The family is grateful for the support you're giving to all of us. Maybe a movement of appreciation that we can do on the screen, but gratefulness. Thank you. And with this, please, dear Yusuf, and then dear Jean, please close us officially for today. Thank you.
Just one sentence from my part. It's been a wonderful occasion for me personally to learn, unlearn, and relearn what I thought I understood about the objectives and the mission of Home for Humanity. This has been an enriching experience for me. Thank you all for your generosity, for your vision, and for your commitment. Thank you.
Well, dear friends, we have been present at a historic moment. I might almost say a cosmic moment, because I can see dear old Cosmos looking down at us and said, well done, now let's get to work. I'm reminded of the words of a very great poem by Christopher Fry, which I will do a little annotation on. And interesting, my dog comes here and says, "What about me now?" Let us bless the animals and all the beings that have kept us going up to this point in which the human heart can go to the lengths of God. Dark and cold we may be, but this is no winter now. The frozen misery of centuries cracks, breaks, begins to move. The thunder is the thunder of the flood, the flow, the upstart spring. Thank God our time is now, when wrong comes up to meet us everywhere, never to leave us till we take, right now, right here, with the home for humanity, we take the longest stride of soul folk ever took. Affairs are now soul-sized. The enterprise is our exploration into God, into the cosmos. Be not afraid, dear friends. We were made for these times. We were made for these times. Thank God our time is now, when wrong comes up to meet us everywhere, never to leave us till we take the longest stride of soul folk ever took. Affairs are now soul-sized. The enterprise is exploration into God. The exploration. We are at this point of exploration, and I can think of no finer group. The people of the exploration, the people I believe with this home for humanity will profoundly make the difference as to whether we grow or whether we die, whether we evolve or whether we perish. Those of you who have had the enormous honor of being here, present at not ending times, present at beginning times. God bless us all. Thank you.